I was running late. I always overslept in the morning. It was in the dead of winter, Boise, Idaho, 1990. Oh, God, here I go again. So I started walking towards work. I worked at a daycare. About a mile and a half, 2 miles maybe. Took me a little bit to walk there, about a half hour or so. If I started hustling now, I'd still make it in time. It was cold. It was probably close to zero, maybe even below zero. It was very cold. Part of my journey took me through a park, and in the park there was a little lake there. And I noticed the lake was frozen, or it appeared frozen. And if I cut through the lake, I could get to my work faster than going all the way around the lake. And so I got to the edge of the lake and I stood on it, stomped on it, kind of tested it to see if it would hold me. I was pretty sure. Right? It sounded like it could hold me. So I began to walk across, slowly at first. But as nothing happened, no cracking, nothing, no signs of weakness in the ice, I hurried along quicker and quicker. And then suddenly, as I put my foot down, I heard I was like, oh shit. And my foot fell into the ice immediately. And my left foot fell into the ice. And then my whole body was submerged. And then it came back up. And instantly I went into shock. It was so cold. The water was freezing. And I started thrashing about. And I couldn't grab a hold of anything because I was in the middle of the damn lake. And as I was thrashing around, I heard a voice. And I couldn't see because the water was splashing in my eyes. And it said, grab my hand. Grab my hand. And I did. I grabbed the person's hand. It sounded like a woman. I couldn't really tell in the moment of panic and franticking. This hand reached out and I grabbed it and it helped me out of the lake. And I laid there crying because I thought I was going to die right there in this frozen lake. And I started to get my senses again and I looked around and there was nobody around. I got up. I was still shaking. I was still crying. And I started walking towards my work. And I looked behind me and I saw my foot tracks in the snow. And I looked in front of me and I saw foot tracks in the snow. But there were no other foot tracks anywhere close to where I had fallen into the water. And I got goosebumps all the way down my arms and the back of my neck. And my hair stood up. Probably because it was frozen, but also because I was terrified. What had happened?